All right, what is up, everyone? Divine Hood here again. Just going to do a quick daily update on Bitcoin for this video, and then in the next video, I'll cover some of the altcoins that were requested in the comments section. So later today, I'll cover Theta, Doge, Dash, Batcoin, and XRP. So tune into that video later. Right now, I'm just going to make the Bitcoin video, do an update on Bitcoin. All right, so you guys can see here, we're looking at this key ascending channel here. I'm going to zoom into the 4-hour chart real quick so you can get a better look at this channel, how well it had been respected. Actually, let me go to Coinbase's chart here. You can see this key ascending channel here had been really respected. And the other day, we made a low on Friday, double lows of those flash crash bottom of December 5th. We bounced up and we tried to re-enter the channel and reestablish the trend. Well, we rejected and we failed. So we closed below our first daily close below the candle. Let me go back to the daily. You can see here that we had our first daily close below the candle, which was a bearish sign for me. That means we might be losing the trend that we've been following since November 11th. So we had our first daily close below, and then today's candle opened red and it's continuing to go down red. Confirmed close below, confirmed loss of the trend. We can see that the momentum waves are not bottomed out, and the bearish divergence is playing out both on the weekly and the daily time frame. So in yesterday's video, I talked about us coming down to at least sweep the 92 double lows now, or even come down to 90.6 SFP and sweep the liquidity of that low as well. Let me zoom in onto the 2-hour chart here. And in yesterday's video, I had highlighted a key intraday descending channel that we were in. So if I take this channel here, and now that I've created that, I'm going to zoom in onto the 15-minute chart, and you can see we were trading in this channel, and I talked about how if we come to the 786, which was in alignment with the bottom of the channel, so if I come here, we pull this over, and the 786 was in alignment with the bottom of the channel, I was saying we might get a small bounce from the 786 because it's also the bottom of this channel here, this descending channel, the smaller intraday descending channel. Well, sure enough, we got a bounce at the 786. I said if we bounce at the 786, we need to watch for a rejection at the top of the channel. If we reject at the top of the channel, we will confirm that trend to the downside. And actually, this channel's not this channel. I think I had it here. So yes, okay, this was the channel that I had yesterday. Right here. All right. And so we got that channel bounce, and we got the 786 bottom of the channel bounce pretty much to the dollar, came back up to the top of the channel. We rejected, held the midline of the channel, came to try to break it, but we saw, you can see this is kind of like a little mini 1 minute or 5 minute head and shoulders pattern, topped out, and now we're dropping. We're losing the 786, and we're back testing the midline of the channel right now and rejecting from the midline of the channel after losing it and dropping to the bottom of the channel again. So the 92K lows, double lows, flash clash double lows are coming up pretty quickly here. I do think that we're at least going to come take these possibly today, possibly within the next few hours before market close today. I would like to come down still to 90.6K to take the SFP of those lows as well. All right, let me get rid of the 786 here. So you can see that we failed the breakout of the channel, come back down to the bottom again, rejecting from the midline. Now, if we continue to slow grind down in this channel for today, say it's a very low volume day, which is very possible, we could just do something like this. SFP, the 92K lows, hit the bottom of the channel, try to reclaim the channel, and try to come back up to the top again, or even break this descending channel and make a lower high at the golden pocket. So if that's the case, what we could do is I'm going to zoom out onto the 30-minute chart. We could do a theoretical fib pull from the high to the lows. And actually the lows, I would say I'm going to put them at like 91,996. And let's bring this back to the high. You can see the 786 is pretty close to the alignment of the daily bearish backtest of this trend. This trend was a higher time frame trend. So oftentimes you'll see a lower time frame backtest and a rejection, And then if sometimes we'll come up for a higher time frame back test, like on a daily chart, to confirm a rejection on the daily chart. We also have the golden pocket, which is resting right above the highs that were made last night. So we could SFP these two semi-equal highs here into the golden pocket. So if you do long the bottom of the channel and the SFP of 92K, what we could be looking for here, in that case, we could chop down for today, real low volume, come SFP into the bottom of the channel, SFP these lows, kind of break out of the channel, come up to the golden pocket where we have that resting double liquidity, internal daily double liquidity, these double highs here, SFP those into the golden pocket, and then we could correct down and maybe come for that 90.6K. That's something I'm going to be watching for. Right now, we're just going to play it level to level, see how it goes. First level of interest I'd be looking for a scalp today is that 92K SFP. I'm only going to take that if I'm at the charts, which I probably won't be. So I'll set an alert though, and we can look at that. Okay, there we go. SFP long there. We'll set an alert there to see if that happens today. One thing that we are seeing right now, you guys, is if you look on Coinbase at least, and we're going to look at the CVD divergences, you can see here that we are starting to see lower lows on the price action, higher highs on CVD, and open interest is rising. So we are seeing some bearish absorption right now on the charts. We are making higher highs on the CVD, which is market longs and shorts. The price action is going lower. Open interest is increasing. So we know that if open interest is increasing, these are new positions opening up. We can tell these new positions that are opening up are longs because the CVD is increasing. Yet price action cannot make new highs. So we are seeing bearish CVD absorption at these lows. That is telling me that we're at least going to come down to the 92K to SFP 92K. That's the first level of interest I'd be looking for a scalp long. We might even come down to 90.6K. So that's kind of the update for Bitcoin today. Real internal price action. Just expect low volume chop. A lot of people are taking this weekend off, be with family, including myself. And just keep an eye out for this. That's the update for today. Also, one more thing I'll show you guys real quick here. I really like using these 200 SMA VWAP bands on AGGR.trade. You can see how well they're respected. So yesterday on this one, it doesn't go back that far because it only goes back 200 candles, but we came to the bottom of the lower band and we held it twice and we bounced up to the top and we bounced up to the middle of the band and we got a rejection from the middle band, come up to the middle of the band, again rejected, but held it as support, came up to the top again, couldn't hold it. Now we lost it, did a bearish backtest, and now we're chopping around in this lower band, and we're starting to see expansion. You can see how it was all these three bands were contracting and squeezing together, and now they're starting to open up. Anytime these bands start to open up like this, you tend to get more of aggressive moves. So I do think that aggressive move could be from where we're at now, 93.2 down to 92K, and we could SFP 92K. And in that time frame, these bands might expand to the point where, because they change every 15 minutes. This is the 15-minute chart on this. And we might see that SFP of 92K today. So we've got bearish absorption happening on the Coinbase chart. We've got the bands that now the bands currently are holding, but they're starting to expand. And we just have that double low of liquidity resting, the flash crash lows. That's what this is here. So I'd expect us to come down to take that. Once we take that, we can look for longs and we could look to take profit at this SFP of 96.4 into the 96.7 golden pocket. That's kind of what I'd be looking at for today's trades. I would just keep an eye out on the charts. It's probably going to be low volume chop, like I said. We might start to form a range. We also are starting to form a range here. So if we could pull a fixed range pull from the time that we lost the channel to here, you can also see that POC is right where that golden pocket is as well. So we have multiple levels of intraday resistance here that we could, if we do come down SFP, come up here, hit the golden pocket, hit the POC, and then make our way down to 90.6K. So that's something to be watching for. Right now, we're still below the value area low of this range as well. So, and the value area low of this range is aligning with the top of the channel. So if we're really going to be bearish, we could do something like SFP 92K, come back up to the top of the channel, which would also be in alignment with the value area low of this mini range, and then continue down, and then maybe make our way up. So, and then of course you got to remember this fib pull here is a theoretical fib pull that I pulled right under the SFP. So we got to re-pull this fib pull once we make the low, and then we can get a more accurate description of the fib there. So hope this helps for today. I'll cover altcoins in a video later today, but that's probably going to be a few hours from now because just had family get here. We're going to do some things, yeah, you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll keep those updates coming.